There are places where beauty arrives before the ground breaks. When the ground shines like glass, every step can become the last. The frozen Aurora forest was born from water, cold, and light. Here, speed can be betrayed by the ice. When water stops too quickly, life is locked beneath the surface.
The giants meet a place where weight becomes a crack.
Age knows when the ground is too beautiful to trust. After shadow, cold begins to rule. Aru follows blue light into a place where the ground must be heard before it is trusted. The path does not sink, it cracks. At the end of the black marsh water, light raises a forest of glass. Moss, water, and body heat pull the horned herds into the cold. Predators favor places where prey must listen before it sees. The sky begins to flow down onto the earth. The entrance looks like the doorway of an ancient winter. The ice holds images, but hides the depth. For the young, even their own image can become a crack. Hunters of the frost know that ears must go before claws. Here, footprints can vanish before the story is understood. Inside, this is not a forest. It is a mirror that can break. Aru learns that the ground must be heard before it is trusted. A creature carrying frost on its back crosses the forest of frost. Under the frozen roots, the small find rooms where ice cannot reach.
The smallest lives hear the ice before it opens.
One giant step can bury the path of the small. The ice holds every image, but saves no one. Open water brings everybody closer than instinct wants. One cold drop can reveal how fragile silence has become. Small hunters turn roots and fog into roads. The forest offers a path made from sleeping roots. Each step is a question asked of the ice. Every path above has a hunter beneath it. Wind, ice, and light turn around one another like invisible beasts. Even hidden water knows when something moves beneath it. Serpenthra does not need to break the ice to claim the channel. Experience knows when ice has become a warning. Even the ambusher yields to a deeper shadow. Outside the glowing trees, the night becomes cold enough to drive life inward.
Inside the old roots, dry ground hides like memory.
Silence reaches the frozen forest before the hunter does. The clever hunters disappear before the larger hunger. In a place where ground can shatter, order is the last bank. The locked water moves beneath every foot. Inside the frozen forest, water finds another hidden road.
The small survive through openings the giants never see.
Even darkness listens beneath the ice. The forest moves water through itself like blood. When cold gathers, conflict gathers around water. Cold weakens even what seems hardest.
The small must cross before the path becomes water.
The water beneath the ice is changing its mind. When Serpenthra rises, the lake has a shadow. Two rulers meet, where the ground can become a mirror and a grave. In the frozen forest, sound becomes another crack in the world.
In the shadow of giants, the wise climb before the ice opens. Aru learns not to trust light before listening to the air.
The frozen forest becomes an island of glass inside a living valley. A broken trunk becomes the only road. Once again, sound becomes a path through danger. For a moment, the smallest lives stop running alone. Then the valley sends old strength to the edge of ice. Strength becomes a bank between ice and fear. A short bridge can carry a bloodline beyond the cold. Even ancient wood must answer to frozen water. Even rulers know when the bank belongs to the ice.
After the night of glass, light returns changed.
It is wounded, but it still holds water. Aru finds water the ice has not claimed.
From the wound in ice, the smallest life begins again.
Karuk does not come to own the frozen forest. He comes when the valley needs strength. Serpenthra remains, the shadow beneath the glass.
One day, only snow may remember these steps.
The valley changes, and every creature must change with it. In a world of ice, intelligence learns which silence is safe. When true night returns, the frozen forest hides its paths again. For the herd, numbers become the first shelter against the cold. Hunger learns to wait inside the white silence. Even still ice can be breathing. The old roots hide water above the reach of breaking ice. The frozen shelters call prey, and prey calls hunters.
Here, one path can appear as 10.
Aru learns that eyes are not enough. The wind must be reed.
The frozen forest opens another dangerous vein.
Even a body built for defense cannot argue with thin ice.
Patience is a hunter's quietest tooth.
The maze divides more than paths. It divides thick ice from empty water. A small seed can reveal a hidden depth.
The wind tries to enter the heart of the cold. Horns cannot stop cold, but the herd can shield its young.
Safety lasts only while vigilance remains awake. Even the source of life can withdraw. Even the largest hunter chooses the safer drop.
Under every gift of water, a shadow demands respect.
The forest becomes a dream of ice and light.
In the frozen forest, even water becomes a rhythm. Survival can be taught if there is still time.
Not every sound is meant for the hunter. The day begins with the ground temporarily still. Ice, water, and light feed a strange new green. Even the sky hunts through the cracks in the frozen world.
News of open water travels by scent, sound, and the memory of danger.
Not every giant can enter the place that might save it. Each species finds a different way to take its share. The frozen forest holds the image of giants it cannot carry. The hunter survives by choosing what it can reach.
Aru turns a fallen branch into a question for the frozen ground.
The frozen forest changes faster than memory. Hunters favor the moments when the world loses its edges.
One sound placed well can move danger.
The smallest survive through doors the hunters cannot enter. Inside the danger, the small find rooms of life.
The one who leads often drinks last.
Light returns, but the ice has not finished speaking.
When open water narrows, peaceful bodies become walls. Its greatest weapon is not the horn, but where it chooses to stand. It knows chaos will make the first mistake. The frozen forest doubles the fear before anything strikes.
Aru uses false images to find real danger.
Beneath every frozen path, the locked water turns again. The forest begins to sing its dangerous song. The bond between mother and young holds against the sound of breaking ice. The maze is loyal to no hunter. The ruler of the ground has learned to respect deep water. The sky opens another trial after the light. Fresh snow hides the roads that water opens. Every creature understands when ice stops being ground. In a maze of ice, intelligence becomes a lantern. The smallest lives learn to walk behind wisdom. The forest opens a path with the sound of breaking glass. Even strength learns fear when the ground can break like glass. A single hand becomes a wall against the breaking ice. When wisdom and strength move together, life finds one more opening. Experience knows when to move before the chance closes. The world dissolves into the color of ice.
The hidden heart of meltwater spills beyond the roots.
Even the shadow beneath glass is driven lower by the flood. Survival is sometimes the wisdom to abandon victory.
After chaos, the true shape of the world returns. A small reunion is a victory, large enough for one day. The guide leaves danger last. Hunger remains, but today it must wait. Aru has learned to use the frozen forest without belonging to its reflections.
Even broken ice can become a beginning.
The forest has lost its perfect silence, but not its gift. Harok does not need to stand inside the story to shape it.
Serpenthra has not vanished. It has only retreated to deeper cold.
From danger, a new river of life begins. The smallest pioneers return first.
At last, even those too large to enter receive their share.
One breath of clean meltwater changes the edge of the cold.
The water holds every image, but keeps no creature forever.
Aru is no longer trapped by the light of its own image. Each survivor takes a share, then leaves before the gift becomes a trap.
The creature carrying frost leaves the land of frost. The sky begins to remember its color. The wound of ice becomes a cradle.
The young learn the world from what survives.
There is no permanent peace, only distance between hungers. Legends do not remain to be thanked.
A memory of cold becomes a shelter of life.
In a world of ice, the survivor knows which silence is safe. The prehistoric planet never stops changing.
On the prehistoric planet, life must not only search for light, it must know which ground can break beneath its feet.
But the frozen ground has only begun to answer.